and that's the Notre Dame Fighting Irish laying 4.5 on the road at Arkansas. You have anything on this one?
Cool. I lean over for everything in this game. I just don't see either of these defenses stopping the opposition, and I certainly don't. I certainly do not trust Arkansas and their defense against this Notre Dame offense. Everything that was said about Notre Dame in the preseason was the questions are at quarterback. They have everything else. Well, it
Mm-hmm.
turns out CJ Carr is actually the strength of the team, and they have a
That's
lot of
it.
questions elsewhere, especially obviously with the defense. Chris
Yep.
Ash has probably been the most disappointing defensive coordinator in the entire country this season. There's not many things that I like about Arkansas, but one of the things that I do like about the Razorbacks this season is Talon Green and his dual threat capabilities at quarterback. And I
Mm-hmm.
definitely think that he can expose this Notre Dame defensive line, specifically with the rushing attack and his ability to make plays with his legs. Um, but I don't think Arkansas's defense is going to stop Notre Dame at all.
Yeah,
Um,
no, I
I,
agree with you on that.
I don't have any best bets here, but I think this is going to be a complete shootout. The total is probably what, in the mid 60s, maybe lower
I'm
60s.
seeing I'm seeing 64 on Bet Online.
Yeah, I mean, there's a slight chance that one of these teams tries to hog the clock. No pun intended with hog there.
There you go.
They might try to take off a lot of possession. They might try to keep the opponent's offense off the field with
Mm-hmm.
utilizing the running game because both of these teams are really good at running the football. And neither of these teams' defensive lines are that spectacular. We knew Arkansas's wouldn't be. Notre Dame's has just been flat out very disappointing. So I feel like there's a decent chance that we get like a 45 to 42 kind of game, but there's also a chance you're sweating that total and it's like 34 to 31. And the Notre Dame team total is 34 and a half. So it's right there
Yeah.
with the market, obviously. So I don't really have any best bets here. I just kind of look forward to watching this one, kicking back and seeing a lot of points. So I don't have any
Yeah.
best bets here.
Yeah, me either. I'm not. This isn't a game I want to bet, and I feel like I've been talking about it every week, for sure. And that's Notre Dame. You can't trust their defense. You just can't. And what do I always say? They can't cover athletes. They couldn't cover against Miami. They couldn't cover the Texas A&M athletes. And Arkansas, although they're not as good as A&M and Miami, they do have athletes. They're just not at that uh, top tier like those other two teams. And they're also going to be on the road. Arkansas is coming off a loss. The other thing I tend to mention constantly is Sam Pittman. You can't trust him. Close game, can't trust him. He blew it against Memphis. And, this is another close game. 4.5. This may close at 4. So I just can't take the points with Arkansas, and I don't trust the Notre Dame defense. I'm happy to pass on this game. It's just something I can't play because you can't really trust either team. You either take the points hoping that lands a field goal, or you take Notre Dame hoping they run the ball down Arkansas's throat. Something that Memphis was able to do. They were able to spread the ball out. They're able to run it, and they gave especially Memphis's quarterback whenever he was able to have time in the pocket to throw. He made plays, so CJ Carr could pick apart this Arkansas defense, which didn't look good against Memphis. So, and this Notre Dame team is, I wouldn't say 10 times better than Memphis's offense, but they're going to be much better because the weapons are definitely NFL weapons that Notre Dame has. Um, so I could see Notre Dame winning by a touchdown. I could see this landing a field goal. It's a game I want nothing to do with for those reasons.
Memphis ran the ball for over 300 yards
Yeah.
on the Razorback defense. Now, here's the difference between Memphis and Notre Dame and their running game specifically. Memphis has Brendan Lewis, who's a dual threat quarterback. CJ Carr, it's not that he's immobile, he's just not a true dual threat quarterback.
Yeah.
So he doesn't exactly provide the same threat that Lewis did against Arkansas. So, but here's the thing: Notre Dame might had the best running back room in the country. They in Penn State.
I
So,
would I would go out on a limb and say Notre Dame does have the best running backs in the country.
yeah, there you have it, folks.
But it's
We're
it's,
gonna,
it's if they use them or not. They didn't use them against Miami. They got their ass kicked. they use them against A&M, and it's a game they should have won. So I would imagine third time's the charm for the Irish, and they use them against Arkansas. It's just how this game's going to play out. And honestly, I wouldn't be surprised if Notre Dame won by a touchdown. I also wouldn't be surprised if it came down to a field goal because of these defenses.
Yep, I totally agree, and I don't have any best bets for this game. There's just nothing that sticks out to me like, ooh, that's something that I'd want to put money on. I think this is high variance up and down the field, which my biggest question and unknown, which is a large part of the reason why I don't have any best bets, is because I'm not sure what to expect from the tempo of both teams. Do they slow it down? Again, do they try to keep their defense off the field? Or do they just say, hey, you know what? We're going to try to score more points than you. Is this going to be like an old-fashioned Big 12 game? I say old-fashioned. Is this going to be, a Big 12 game that we saw like in the 2010s, like 62-55 or 52-45? Or is it going to be, hey, we're going to slow things down, chew up clock, and we're going to win 31-28? I don't know. That's why I don't have any strong leans or best bets here.
Exactly, and that's why I wouldn't play the total either. I could see both teams just running the ball every play, and it being like, a game in the 20s, 28-24, something along those lines. So that's why I wouldn't play the total. So I agree with you on that as well.
I don't normally say this because I don't bet these kinds of things, but I know a lot of people do. This is the kind of game to bet player props rather than team totals and spreads, in my opinion.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, that makes sense, especially if you back Notre Dame running backs in this one.